Dr. Kenny Anthony says the ball is now in the Customs Department court, but he will be watching closely. He has called on that department to move swiftly to take action against the health minister. The Customs Controller has said, based on his initial assessment, Dr. Mondesir would be required to pay the duties on the goods he is alleged to have falsely claimed under the Tourism Incentive Act. Dr. Anthony says the department has a few avenues it can pursue.
The way is cleared for the Customs Department to proceed either under the Tourism Incentives Act, under the provisions provided under the Act, or alternatively under the Customs Control Management Act. They can levy a fine on Dr. Mondesir, or alternatively, they can attempt to settle the matter with him administratively. The Customs Department tends to favor heavily the settlement of these issues administratively, but very clearly the way is cleared for them to proceed. If, of course, they appeal the case, then they would have to seek an order from the court to prevent the Customs Department from proceeding. But we shall be watching very closely what the Customs Department opts to do in the next few days.
There are talks of an appeal, but the opposition leader warns the government may have more trouble on its hands if it challenges the ruling. Dr. Anthony says there are two major issues the judge did not address that will be raised again if the government appeals. The first is the ignored application by Dr. Anthony for orders in respect of the behavior of Dr. Keith Mondesir and the Cabinet of Ministers. The other involves the evidence of Tourism Minister Alan Shastney.
We believe that while Mr. Shastney exposed Mondesir and confirmed what the opposition had been saying all along and what was deposed in the affidavits, he nevertheless did not speak the whole truth on this matter for fear of perjuring himself. Therefore, if there is an appeal, we do intend to contest the findings in respect of Alan Shastney.
On Thursday, the opposition leader called for the resignation of the health minister and the attorney general. The SLP leader concedes that although he has issued resignation calls in the past, ones that were ignored, these latest calls are different.
I issue call after call. I warn time and time again. Just as I warned on the Tuxedo Villas matter, and it laid there for several weeks. I do that sometimes to make sure that the public understands that a reasonable approach is being adopted. Just like you see, I've asked them to go, and the Prime Minister chooses to do nothing, then at some point, he clearly will have to meet a challenge from the St.Lucia Labour Party on these matters. We don't make these statements idly.
Justice Brian Cottle ruled the health minister had to pay $14,000 in legal costs to Dr. Anthony because a cabinet conclusion in the affair was unreasonable and had to be quashed. The opposition leader admits this sum does not cover his legal bills, but says it is the principle of the matter that counts. Dr. Anthony says he vowed to take the matter to court and made good on his promise. He warned there will be no idle threats coming from the SLP. Alison Kentish, HTS News, Channel 4.